There is a car sitting in a museum in Los Angeles right now. It's yellow, it's Italian, and it has Ford V8 under the hood. And it has 2 bullet holes in it. Shot by Elvis Presley. A sentence that tells you almost everything you need to know about the Tomaso Pantera. A car so beautiful it made grown men stop on the street. A car so unreliable it made the king of rock and roll reach for its pistol. And a car so completely brilliantly weird that nothing like it has ever been made since. This is the story of the Pantera. Let's start at the beginning. And the beginning has nothing to do with cars. Alejandro de Tomaso was born in Buenos Aires in 1928. His family was wealthy, politically connected, prominent. But Alejandro wasn't interested in politics. He was interested in 2 things: racing cars and causing trouble. By his mid-20s he was running the family cattle ranch by day and writing for an underground newspaper opposing President Juan Perón by night. Then, in 1955, he went further. He got involved in an actual plot to overthrow the Argentine government. It failed, and Alejandro de Tomaso fled to Italy with basically nothing, landed in Montana and got a job as a mechanic at Maserati. Most people in that situation would consider it a catastrophic fall from grace. De Tomaso looked at Modena, home to Ferrari, Maserati and Lamborghini, and thought, I can build something here. Through the 1960s, De Tomaso built small racing prototypes. Nothing that broke through. But he had something that big Italian manufacturers didn't: a direct line to American money. He had married an American heiress, he had connections in Detroit, and he had a very clear vision: an Italian supercar that Americans could actually afford. Ferrari was too expensive, Lamborghini was too exotic. The Corvette looked completely outclassed next to European machinery. The gap was obvious. Enter Lee Iacocca, the man who greenlit the original Ford Mustang. By 1969, running Ford's North American operation and convinced that GM was about to launch a mid-engine Corvette, Ford needed an answer, fast. Iacocca looked at the De Tomaso and saw exactly what he needed. The vision was simple: an Italian-designed mid-engined supercar with an American V8, sold through Lincoln Mercury dealerships. Beat the Corvette on looks, match it on price. The project was codenamed Tipo 874 in Italy. At Ford they called it the MSE, Midship Engine. The car that emerged was designed by Tom Giarda, an American working at Gia in Turin. Low, wide, sharp creases, flared arches, pop-up headlights. It debuted at the New York Auto Show in 1970. 351 cubic inch Ford Cleveland V8, 330 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. Air conditioning, electric windows. Exotic without being completely impractical. On paper, exactly what Iacocca had promised. In reality, it was a disaster. The car went from initial brief to first production model in 9 months. 9 months for a new supercar, built in Italy to be sold in America. No rust proofing, electrical gremlins everywhere, the steering wheel blocked the gauges. The pedals were offset so badly you couldn't barely heel toe. And the car overheated, constantly. Ford had to send mobile repair teams door to door because so many buyers didn't live near a Lincoln dealer equipped to fix them. It was an Italian exotic being judged against American reliability standards, and it failed on every single one. Which brings us to Elvis. In 1974, Elvis Presley bought a used Pantera for $2.5K. Yellow, stunning, completely unreliable. After an argument with his girlfriend, he went to leave. Got in, turned the key, nothing. He pulled out his Colt 45 and shot the dashboard. The car is now on display in Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles. Bullet holes still there, exactly as Elvis left it. Ford pulled out of the partnership that same year. Just under 6,000 Panteras had reached American shores, far below projections. But De Tomaso kept building, without Ford, without the budget. He sold in Europe, evolved the design, the GT5 arrived with massive wide-body arches. Marcello Giandini, the man who drew the Lamborghini Countach, came in for later versions. The Pantera survived until 1992, over 7,000 cars total. And yet, people loved it. They still do. Panteras hold their value. The clubs are active because the Pantera was honest. Chaotic, beautiful, completely impractical. And it never pretended otherwise.